No. So maybe the two of them in the Philippines are basically doing the lockout procedure. So the outcome assessment. So the lockout procedure. What are the hazards involving isolating hazardous energy? We should familiarize with the forms of hazardous energy because maybe you are just aware of the some hazardous energy. The energy isolating device, how to apply the lockout procedure, and how to remove the lockout procedure and the general safety rules that will be based here in our plan. So the scope covers the servicing and maintenance of the machine and equipment. So this is not totally for the maintenance take only, because production also has the servicing and maintenance of the machines. So they will be covered with the lockout. So unexpected energization or start-up or release of stored energy could cause an injury to employees. So I will ask you now, basically what is the practice here in BU2 in terms of how do we service an equipment? For example, Mr. Assis, in terms of servicing a pump. So what are you currently doing before you do the servicing?
Before the pump.
Yeah. Is the pump have a motor, right? No?
No, it's wireless.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So what are you doing? What are you currently practice? What is the practice currently? Just turn off?
Yeah, sure.
Just turn off. So with the help of the electrical?
No, with the help of the production, they will switch off the breaker.
They will switch off the breaker. Okay? So that's so here we are ensuring that there is no sudden or unexpected start of the machine. Because in terms of your doing activity in the pump, okay, when the pump starts up, you know the capacity of the pump, if you're doing cleaning or something, the tools can be sucked up in the pump because of the capacity of the pump. So it's a very dangerous for us to have an energy startup of the machine. So why do we need to be concerned with the lockout? It is important to familiarize the standard LOTO to help save lives. Because in our plant, we had a lot of accident in terms of lockout tagout procedures. So bypassing lockout tagout, I don't know if there's a accident happened. I know there's a lot of accident, particularly for the conveyor, the B5. So LOTO also. Employees can be seriously or fatally injured if machinery is serviced or maintained. Unexpectedly energized, start up, or release of stored energy. I know I've heard there's a fatality in BU2 in the screw. One is it's a driver. Is it true? In BU2. There's a driver.
BU5?
Egypt.
In Egypt.
In Egypt, the screw? The screw.
Yeah.
In the belt.
Yeah.
Forming belt.
Here before.
Here, in BU2.
The
There's also-
Pakistani guy.
Outside.
She was the he is he has a driver.
It's corn beef.
He was a driver in the bulk
Fiber
before.
of the bulk. So the affected employees, who are the affected employees? So basically the operator or use a machine or equipment in which servicing and maintenance is being performed under the lockout or tagout. Work area in which servicing and maintenance is being performed. So basically if you're doing activity in the mixer area, all hazardous energy in the mixer area should be lockout or tagout. Later we'll discuss. Authorized employee. So these are the authorized employees that will perform the lockout or tagout of the machine or equipment in order to perform servicing, maintenance of that machine or equipment. So basically, these are the supervisors, or we have the trained employee that will familiarize with the one that will put padlocks. Because currently, not all operators are doing the turning off of the breaker in the machine. There is only authorized person. So we will discuss it. So energized, connected to an energy source, containing residual energy. So basic isolating device. It not included circuit breakers, as you can see. It is not an energy isolating device. Not push buttons. So currently we are doing emergency stop. For example, in the right take off, we will just emergency stop, or in the starter area stop. We're using it. Not selector switches, not control switches. Because the design of our emergency stop is just during emergency cases. Okay? We are not sure, 100% sure that it will guarantee that it will stop or energize the machine. So these are the samples of the lockout tag-out device. As you can see, that we are going to use in terms of electrical or mechanical, the tag-out device. Some areas cannot be put padlocks, so we will put do not operate tag. So this one is to visualize of the operators and others concerned employees in the area that if I saw a tag like this one, I cannot just basically turn on the machine or start the machine. So energy source, we have a lot of energy source. Maybe some of you just know electrical, mechanical, but we have hydraulic, pneumatic, chemical, thermal, and other energy. So in this kind of picture, what kind of energy did the rock have? For example, what is the energy source? Maybe it's gravitational. Okay. So hazard. Basically, hazard is an unsafe condition or work practice that could cause injuries or harm to employees. Anything that can cause harm is a hazard in the area, in the workplace. Rotating parts, hoses that could trip us, wet areas, a lot of hazards. Electrical, it can be electrical, chemical. We have a lot of this one. All these hazards are present in the plant. BU2, BU5, in all plants. Gravity, steam, we have steam pressure, potential stored energy, thermal. As you can see, the dryer, how many degrees C is the dryer. So it's there. So hazardous energy, any form that can cause harm or physical injury. Yeah. Same, the form of hazardous energy, potential. Example, we have the electrical panels, motors, pumps, agitator, redundant barriers, and spools. Potential energy can be chemical, gravitational, electrical, elastic. So, for example, coils, springs, okay, and other elastic objects. We have the scissor lift. We have a lot of scissor cables inside the plant. We have a lot of rotating or pneumatic. Okay, potential energy. Bags that can fall off. See, leaning stocks that can be collapsed. Autoclave door. You know, it is only functioning by hydraulic, pneumatic. So, what if this pneumatic or hydraulic fails? It will close. So, we should not basically rely on that equipment.
Yes, it's dangerous.
It's very dangerous. So, pneumatic system, we have the thread roller pressure, the gate valves that we are unloader shutters and tools. Hydraulic system, we are having the scissor lifts or the interpallet hoist, the table that we are using. Hazardous materials, steam for the autoclaves, process washers, and other chemicals that we use here in the plant. So, when is the hazardous energy being very dangerous? If the thermal energy transferred from one body to another as a result of a difference in temperature. So, the heat flows from the hotter to the cooler body. And the source is a mechanical work, radiation, chemical reaction, and allergen resistance. We have a lot of, I think we don't have boiler here. We don't have, right?
It's actually just
In BU5.
BU5.
It's now for burner. So, when it becomes hazardous, when it builds to a dangerous level or is released in quantity that could injure a worker. So basically, for example, in the boiler or in the autoclave in the BU5, when it is overpressured, it can explode. But we have safety devices. What safety devices that we have in the autoclave? The pressure relief valve, or in the boiler also, we have pressure relief valve. So this pressure relief valve should also be calibrated time to time to ensure that this is working because it's very dangerous for our pressured vessels. Energy isolating device. So basically, this is our, what is so hot? Basically, this is our long term in terms of what we need to have in the plant for the isolator so that we will not always turn off only the panels inside the panel. you know that the panel should be also is considered authorized personnel only in the electrical room. Only electrical should be there, or the operators should stay there, but they should only the electrical can operate or switch on and off the panels. So these are the basic isolating devices, the disconnect switches, the ball valves, air dump valves, and support devices. As you can see, these support devices all are lifting table. I think we do not have this one.
Yes.
So once you enter inside, there is a mechanical doing in the hydraulic. Okay. What if the hydraulic fails? What is the tendency? It will go down. But if you have the support devices, it's better. Okay. Or other support devices we can provide, because in our plant we have this one, and we have footing sling, and we have a cam alone to ensure that the table will not go down when the is working inside. This is a very risky, because we have a fatality in our counterpart in Australia that a person go inside and remove he did not put padlock. He bypassed all the safety devices. The safety devices we have a light curtain, we have a lanyard, e-stop. So he bypassed, then the table goes good. He was dead. So we have the LOTO devices. Basically, it's very hard to implement now because of the practice inside the plant. But we will step by step we will do it. Tag out devices. Do not operate tag. So basically, once the operator saw this pan, I will not operate because someone is doing the activity. Okay. Then this one. Remember, one man, one lock, one key. Because for example, I'm doing the activity. If I'm doing the activity, my padlock, my key is only with me. I cannot ensure that others can open or get my padlock. Okay? So basically, we will issue each and every one padlock before we implement this one. Isolation procedure. Turn off the isolator, but basically we do not have isolator here, right?
Yes.
We do not have. So maybe this will be the phase 2 or the project in the future that we'll be looking into, that we will be having the isolator switches for the motors and other controls. So install the personal padlock. So for example, we have electrical, mechanical, and production. So we have a group lock. So once the group lock is installed, okay, it's installed here in the isolator, or now we are going to put the padlock in the breaker. We have isolator, breaker, switch, circuit breaker, lock. So once we put this one, the key will go inside. Will go inside. Okay? See, it's inside. If I am doing the activity, I will put my padlock here. Okay? One padlock. If James will be doing the activity, put his padlock here. And the rest of the operators. Okay? All the concerned operators in the area. For example, I'm doing the activity in the mixer area. So the production should also place his padlock here. Okay? So what's next? Press the start button. So ensuring it's try out. You lock out, tag out, try out. You know, the LOTO procedure now is not LOTO. LOTO. Lock out, tag out, try out. If you press the button and then this not work, start the task. Okay? Then, basically, when someone, for example, I'm finished, safety, just do checking, but still they're finished, I can remove my padlock and go out. Okay? I will sign the permit, out. Okay? So basically, no one can start the machine if they're still working. Okay? We will just wait for the last person that will remove the lock just to start the machine. Okay? So the isolation, remove tools and equipment, housekeeping, and remove your locks. We need to remove and test the plant or machinery will operate. So we will just start up the machine. If after the shutdown. Okay? So that's it. You have question in the for example the isolation that we will be doing. It's not only mechanical and electrical, but it will be having our production team also. But basically, it will be very hard for us to start up, but little by little we will just proceed. But I know Sir Anthony and James, our plant is not ready for putting the lock, only in the breakers. Yeah, right? So, if the breakers can accommodate the circuit breakers lock, we will put
Some breakers there is the
provision for lock.
yes.
Oh, we can do it. Some?
Some no.
But
Some no.
Some yes.
Yes, some no, some yes.
but very limited.
Very limited only.
Yes.
But if we can have if the circuit lock out can be accessible to the breaker, we can use it.
No problem.
Yeah, we will try to use it. But now, later, I will discuss how we will implement it now. So, we have the permit issuer for the authorized person. Secure each energy isolating devices with a lock. So, basically, we will be having a permit for the isolation. We have a permit for isolation. And the electrical and mechanical will be having a permit differently. And or it can be the same. For example, you have electrical, we have a permit, we have the permit forms. For example, maintenance of the mixer area. So electrical and mechanical can combine because the same isolation. Permit and issuer places the keys in the group lock. That's what I'm telling. We will put the key inside. Has, if it is not added, can be added in the lock box if you have recipients in the area. After each receiver finishes service work on the machine, he removes his personal lock. So once the maintenance or the production operators, electrician or mechanic is already done in the activity, they will remove the lock box. Okay. After all receivers have finished their service work and remove their personal locks from the lock box, the permit issuers removes the keys in the lock box. Only the permit issuer will get the padlock here inside the lock box. And he is the one responsible in removing the group lock for the main machine.
This is very by task.
Huh?
Very by task.
Permit by task. Yeah, it's permit by task. So when lockout or tagout device remain on energy isolation device, it is for shift change. What does it mean? For example, we are having a 20 hours down. Okay, for the production. I mean, in the mechanical or in maintenance team, same people, not having the change shift, only additional group. For production, it will be this one. They will be having the incoming shift members must verify themselves that the machine is effectively isolated and energized. So the outgoing personnel should meet the incoming personnel at the lockout or tagout device. Here. So the incoming permit issuer will do the permit again for the night shift. So he will put the padlock and all the outgoing shift will remove his padlock here. Then the incoming shift will put his padlock. So to ensure that the machine is still isolated and the key is still there. Okay? The exiting employee should inform incoming employees of any problems or concerns regarding the service and maintenance of the machine or equipment. Because this is the purpose of handover. For example, in production, what are the things that they need to continue during the shutdowns, or the same is in the maintenance team. So in test run must be done under strict control of the isolation for the test. Because some of the activities, I have said previously, there's an activity that the machine needs to run. Okay? We cannot say he is exposed in rotating parts. Okay? Because like for example conveyor belt tracking. You cannot track a conveyor if it is not running. Right? So in electrical, you cannot adjust the sensor if it is not running. So how can you adjust? So we need to have a strict control of the isolation for the test. Before the isolation, the permit issuer and permit receivers must consider potential hazard that may arise during the test and implementation of this control. So when the machine runs, all our operators or concerned persons in the area should be aware that this machine will be run, and we should be keep safe distance to ensure that we do not have an injury. The permit issuer must specify the limitation of the test run, and he will be the full control of the removal of the de-isolation for the test. Here in the isolation, the big responsible person here is the permit issuer. Okay? Permit issuer. So only rules: one permit issuer and properly trained receiver shall perform the lockout of tagout procedure. Not everybody, not all operators can perform the lockout tagout on the panels. Lock shall be singularly identified with printed name. So the locks that will be given to each employee or operator will have a printed name and, for example, production KC, HSE, like that. Lockout and tagout device shall not be used for purposes except for locking or tagging out. These lockout tagouts cannot be used for padlock of the lockers or the rooms. No, we will not use it. Lockout and tagout device shall be durable enough to withstand the workplace condition. So this is the tagout device. So after we use this one, we will just throw. We will need to buy this one. This is for singular use only because we will put printed name, who put the padlock, who put the lock, the department, and at the back why we put the tag out. Okay. Then shall be labeled. Identified permit issuer includes warnings such as do not start. An employee cannot lock or tag out for another individual. What's the meaning of this one? So for example, I will do the padlock. Okay. Instead, James will put his padlock here in the lock box. He told Rajesh, put my padlock there. It's a no-no for us. Because as you remember, one man, one key only. Okay? We do not have any duplicate of our padlocks. Both lock and tag out device must be never be bypassed, ignored, or otherwise deleted. For example, I am tired of going to the padlock because I'm in the maintenance office. I will tell Rajesh, this is my key, get my padlock. Because the line will start. No. It's still our obligation or responsibility to remove the padlock. The lockout or tagout should be removed,
But we have this one general key that one person can access all the padlocks. For example, section heads. Because I will padlock it, then I will go home, finish my shift. Job still not finished.
Yeah, it's still in the lock.
Still in the lock.
Yeah.
But the section head cannot remove it.
No, you cannot remove.
So I will take my key and go home.
Yeah. For example, this one. Where's the key? For example, we will not use this. You will not use your own padlock to put in the isolator or
No.
the
Because for example, I will use my padlock.
padlock there.
Then I go home. I take lunch.
Where will you put the padlock?
Here. I put my padlock in the breaker.
No. You will not put your own.
No, we put here. We put lock. We put that one. Then I go lunch.
Yeah.
Then we need to start.
Yeah.
Then
Here.
electrical is already safe. But my padlock is still there.
You need to get back. See, you will not use your own padlock in the breaker. We will be having the group lock.
Group lock?
Yeah. For example, not the padlock. So the group lock will place here. Okay? And this is your key.
This is lock or not?
Huh?
This is will be lock or not?
This you will lock using by your own. Okay. For example, this is your key. You put here. Okay? You put here. Okay? This is yours. Okay?
I go lunch.
You go lunch. My padlock is here. Okay? For example, this is mine and everybody's padlock is there. Okay. You remove. You stay here.
No.
I remove.
I take lunch.
You take lunch.
But my job is already finished. Then you want to start the machine.
You want to start we have the procedure there. But if you want to start the machine, but you cannot go back, we have the procedure of cutting padlock.
Oh.
we need to cut the padlock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because in our previous, we have this one general guy that has this authorized for all our padlocks.
No, we will not be doing that.
We're not doing that.
We will do cut of padlocks. We will cut the padlocks.
Too much money. Okay, good.
Yeah, because the principle is we only should have only one key.
Because this is my experience. Okay?
Yeah.
We put this one in the breaker side.
Yeah, that's good.
This one. To isolate the valve.
Yeah.
All padlocks is there.
Mm.
Then my electrician is working there. He put his padlock.
Yeah.
I'm his engineer in charge.
You put the result.
Oh. Then, for example, he's doing somewhere else. Oh. Then I go around. I saw his padlock. We need to start the machine. Rajesh, where are you? Sir, I'm in BU5. Is your job finished? Yes, sir. Then I have my all keys of my electrician. I will remove his padlock.
No.
Because I'm authorized.
Yeah,
because I'm
yeah,
an engineer.
Yeah.
I'm one step ahead from my electrician, so I have the authorized to remove his padlock. Before, in our project.
Yeah.
So, if I open this padlock, I'm one step ahead of him, I'm responsible. But
Yeah,
the
yeah,
electrician
yeah.
cannot remove my padlock because I'm one side or one.
But for our procedure, it's not allowed.
It's not allowed. So we will cut padlock.
We will cut padlock.
We will buy too much padlock.
Yeah. But the thing is, we need to train our people that after their activity, they need to de-isolate. They need to remove this padlock. For example, me, before I will go, I need to remove my padlock.
Because our practice is you cannot remove any padlocks if the job is not finished. Everybody at the same time should remove it.
No. Why?
Before.
Yeah, before. That's good. But the logic still the same. For example, all finished. Production, maintenance, okay? And one guy, assist is not yet finished. Still, production cannot start. Because assist padlock is still there and he is still working. Once he's done, he will remove the padlock. And
Then we have this situation now.
Yeah.
Assist is only morning shift.
Yeah.
His job is not yet finished. He will
Talk
go home.
about-
Yeah.
He will go home now. He will go
What
home.
about the shift itself?
Yeah.
But we don't have shift engineer. We don't have shift engineer like but we also.
You just
So there will be, I think, a designated
Overtime.
person night shift to.
Yeah. For example, assist will not be here. He will go. He will remove his padlock.
But the job is still not finished. But we will, for example,
Who will continue the job?
because for example, Assis is the engineer. So he will padlock this one. This one is doing there.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
one,
Yeah.
the mechanic.
Yeah.
So he will padlock it.
Yeah.
Then 4 o'clock is his off.
Yeah.
Then he will take it, but this one still working.
He will take up his padlock.
But then this one
They're
still
still
working.
working.
Yeah, no problem. Because the key is still there inside.
Yes, but no more padlock there. Assis is padlock still there, but this one still working.
Yeah, no problem because reset is still
This one is also his own padlock. For the
Yeah.
mechanic.
Yeah. We each and every operators have padlock.
Too much padlock.
Yeah. No. We will be giving at least one padlock
Okay, good.
to operators.
How many padlock per each person?
We will be giving two.
Only 2?
Yeah.
How not possible?
For engineers,
No.
for operators.
Only 2
No.
each person?
Yeah.
No possible.
Why?
Oh, because now during shutdown today, I have 10 motors to work on. I only have 2 padlock.
Yeah. As I've said, if it's case-to-case basis, if you have many need, we will provide padlocks.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay, let's see, James. I will tell you something. It's very basic.
No, just don't tell me. Just tell
Yeah,
me.
no, I will explain.
Okay.
Okay, you have 10 motors in one day, right?
Mm.
You have 10 motors. Okay, we have the group lock. Our set of group lock is 12. 12 group lock, but only one key. Okay, so that 12 padlock, we will put all in. For your 10 motors.
Yeah.
Put the padlock and put the key inside. Okay?
And the key will be for all 10.
Yeah, and the key is for all 10 and your operator will just put here. So, for example, I will do in a mixer. You put padlock. You go to the dryer, you put the padlock. Then after you put the 10 is around the plant, you put your key here. The group lock key. You put the key here. So each operator just only need to use one. Put his padlock here. And just continue the work. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, that's the purpose of this lockout. Even you have many, even if you have many, you have 20, we can have group lock.
Don't
Because
worry.
we have identified group lock.
Don't worry.
Don't you worry. Okay? Then removing other person tab is the same as cutting off their lockout. So basically, if you write your name here, do not operate. For example, assist, put it in the palm. So just assist will remove this one until it's finished. He cannot, Dindo cannot remove this one. Just the person who put the tag. When isolation point cannot accept multiple locks or multi-locks class or lockout box can be used. This is the lockout box. So that's what is the purpose of the lock box, to ensure that we capture all the hazardous energy to be. Because basically in our plant in James Hardy, for the forming area, if I'm not mistaken, we have 29 hazardous energy, 29 padlocks that will be put in the system, in the area. No employee may attempt to operate or tamper with an energy switch, valve, energy isolating device when it is locked or tagged out. In the event of emergency, if personal locks are forgotten, authorization to remove personal locks may be only granted by safety manager and department manager after allowing company procedure. So we have a procedure here later, I will show you. Then unauthorized removal of unauthorized person locks or personal safety locks is strictly prohibited. So that's the purpose. So we do not remove our others padlock, it's strictly prohibited. So there will be a consequences. This one I got the abandoned forgotten locks because sometimes we are doing the activity and we misplace our locks. How we will do? How can you remove your padlock if you lost your key during the work? For example, in the mixer area, you cannot find because of the dust, because of the sludge.
No problem. It will be mixed in the powder.
Yeah, it will mix in the powder area. So that's the equipment. The question is, does the equipment need to be started? Yes. Can you contact the persons that owns locks? For example, the person was in BU5. Okay. If yes, will they return to site to remove the lock? For example, Rajesh. Oh, you come. If yes, wait until the person returns to site and removes their lock. Then, yes, also complete an incident report because we need to have, we know that we have a target time to run. So it is the responsibility of every person that having the padlock, if they are finished to work, they need to remove the padlock because we encounter this one that the engineers go home.
Yes.
In there, yeah. 1 hour travel, 2 hour travel going home. Then they need to come back. I cannot come back. Because if I will come back, you will took time 2 hours. How many production losses for 2 hours is very big. So we will cut the padlock and just do the report. Why did you? Then complete the safety permit, safety lock form. We have form. As left side and on the job site, then contact the safety manager or department manager and get verbal authorization to remove the lock safety lock. We will just bolt cut the safety padlocks. And only when authorized remove the lock, complete also the incident report because we cannot sure that 100% that the keys will be kept properly. It may be lost or sometimes this padlock is not heavy duty. I know it's master. I think it's not master. Yeah. So as time goes by, it will be having difficulty to open. So it will be having dust, water inside, penetrated inside. It's very dangerous. You cannot open it. So last 2 slides. Example. I will ask you. Here. I need your interaction. For example, I will be doing activity inside the pulp storage tank. Just for you to any tank inside here that has a stirrer. Okay? What will I isolate here?
The motor?
The motor. Yeah. The stirrer. Yeah. What else?
Bulb.
Which bulb? For
Supply
example.
bulb. Supply bulb.
Supply bulb.
Water supply.
Yeah. What else? Example.
Compressed air.
compressed air. We had a lot of hazardous energy. Because you will just always forecast, if you are inside the tank, what could goes inside while you are working? What could you harm inside? Like this one. The motor, the steerer motor. See? The transfer pump from the other tanks. Okay? The water supply. The air, the compressed air that can, like, there's a lot of things. But if you will just see, you will just focus here. The steerer. Right? But you will not forecast what are the water, the pulp that will go there. So there's still a potential that you can be involved. You can put, operators can put water, because if you will not isolate this one, operator just can put in the control, transfer water, because they do not know. But if you will also isolate all the hazardous energy that will come inside the storage tank, still, we know 100% our operators or our team members are safe doing their activity inside. So that's the basic principle of blackout tagout. It's not only for electrical team, but it's for all the employee here inside. Production, maintenance will be responsible in this blackout tagout. But still, I know we have a trained operators that can know where is the circuit breaker for their activity, so still they will do it. But on the long run, our goals still have to have the isolator in place in the future, or our circuit breaker will be having the provision for the lockout, because this is very dangerous. This can kill person. I don't want to be here in us or being that there will be a fatality incident.
No, I have.
I cannot handle fatality incident. I can only handle lost time injuries. Yeah. Because of electrical. Because of electrical not doing. No. So that's it for isolation. So questions? Do you have questions?
What's the color coding?
The color coding of